Sheridan Arms is a Saginaw shooting range, and on most days, it's filled with guys.
60 lumen output.
But on the first Tuesday of each month, in a small room upstairs, it's ladies' night.
More and more women are feeling empowered to make their own choices and to be educated on the choices that they make. And that's one thing that the Well-Armed Woman Shooting Chapter does.
Meet Aya Hall, the founder of the Great Lakes Bay Region chapter of the Well-Armed Woman. She started the group after taking on shooting as a sport with her husband.
We went and tried out a few guns and got some instruction, and we really liked it.
Now the chapter aims to educate, equip, and empower women on firearms.
They learn everything. Some of them just want to shoot for sport and for fun, and some of them want to learn more about staying safe.
Which is one of the reasons Sharon Vlier joined the group.
I believe in the Second Amendment, and I believe that women especially should always be aware, should always be able to defend themselves. Always.
Vlier is a domestic abuse survivor.
I was a victim at one time and never again. I have educated myself in many ways, and this is just another step.
In Saginaw County, women with concealed pistol licenses have increased from 163 in 2010 to 532 in 2014. In Genesee County, that number more than doubled, with almost 1,300 licenses issued to women last year. Vlier is taking steps to become one of those ladies.
A lot of it has to do with women feel threatened. And how do you protect yourself? Quickest, easiest way is a gun.
But Michigan State Police Lieutenant David Kaiser says it doesn't mean you're actually protected.
If you're going to carry a firearm, one of the things you bring to every altercation, if you bring a gun to it, it potentially is a gunfight because you brought the firearm.
New data from the Michigan Department of Community Health ranks Genesee and Saginaw counties in the top 5 areas for gun-related homicides.
And just because you have a handgun doesn't mean you can use it for everything.
Now, being a good shot is important to gun training, but Aya says it's what's up here that will really keep you safe.
You really do need to have the correct mindset and the correct training on how to use your firearm. You can't just take your class and then never come to the range ever again.
Right now, our state is ranked 10th in the country when it comes to the number of women killed by men, a statistic that hits close to home for Vlier.
Guns aren't the best thing for everybody. For me, it's a good choice.
The same goes for Hall, a well-armed woman.
Do you feel safer having a gun on you?
Yes, I do.
Kristen Aguirre, Fox 66, News at 10.
I came out and I saw there was a sheriff on the front porch, and I went, "What?" And he said, "Sam's been in a terrible accident and it doesn't look good."
It was Valentine's Day 2005 when Jim and Maureen Howell faced what many parents fear. Their teenage son, Sam, had been in a horrible car accident.
The last thing he said he remembered is thinking, "Shoot, this is going to hurt."
An accident reconstruction put Sam at 43 miles per hour and wearing his seatbelt. No drugs or alcohol were involved. A moment of distracted driving that changed the course of an entire family. Sam, a high school student at the time, was attending Saginaw Arts and Sciences Academy. His parents say he was a star student who wanted to study medical research. His future looked bright.
No one ever thought he would survive. Everyone said he was gone, that he was brain dead. And truly, the scientific nursing part of me looked at the CAT scans, looked at the testing, and agreed with them. But the mom part of me just felt he was going to be all right.
Sam's injuries were severe. A broken neck, ruptured spleen, and crushed lungs. But the worst injury would be the damage done to his brain. His head crushed by the impact. Sam would spend the next year in a coma battling for his life. We caught up with Sam 10 years after the accident.
How are you feeling today?
I'm good.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
I had my brain stimulants and I had a cup of coffee.
The road to recovery has been long and costly.
We would have 3 hours of therapy a week from the physical therapist, 3 hours from the occupational therapist, and it was necessary. Now he doesn't have nearly as much therapy going on. Sam couldn't speak at all.
Right now, there are about 30,000 people like Sam in Michigan in need of lifelong care. after their catastrophic accident. So who pays for all of that care? Well, the answer is you. The bill before state legislators would make changes to no fault. Supporters of the bill say this will bring savings to drivers who already pay the nation's 7th highest auto rates.
So we're hopeful that these reforms, as limited as they are, will result in real dollar savings for the consumers, without the consumers giving up any of the benefit that's out there.
Here's how no-fault auto insurance works. If you drive, you're required to buy auto insurance. If you're in a catastrophic accident, regardless of who caused it, your no-fault will cover your medical expenses, wage loss, and damage you do to other people's property. Anything over $530,000 is covered by MCCA. If you're killed in an accident, your family may get up to $5,000 per month for 3 years to help financially. You're also entitled to money for household services the injured person can no longer do, like yard work and housework. Those that oppose the changes to the bill say the money you're saving isn't worth what you're losing. You would save an estimated $150 per vehicle per year. Some hospitals, like Covenant Healthcare, believe more of a burden will be placed on patients, their families, and medical providers, and in the end, jeopardize the level of care a patient will get.
It will create a $1.2 billion challenge for the medical industry. It could impact the access to trauma. It could impact access to care.
Sam's father agrees. Even before his son was in a car accident, Jim Howell supported No Fault while serving as a member of the House.
We paid for the insurance. You pay for long-term care, you pay for different things, and if you have it, you use it. And we have it. And it should be utilized to care for somebody like Sam. We've been doing this for 10 years.
You have insurance hoping that you'll never use it.
Right.
But when you need it, it's life-saving. And truly, that's what it's supposed to be. Insurance is supposed to come to your rescue in the most devastating times of your life and take care of you. That's what you're paying for.
It all comes down to this. If legislators change No Fault after it's all added up, you'll save about $100 a year on your car insurance. If not, that money will continue to go to survivors of catastrophic accidents. But we want you to decide if the savings are worth changing the state's No Fault system.
We're here for all the right reasons because it's definitely about the kids.
We have about 200 golfers. We're hoping to raise around $70,000 today. We service around 650 youth.
A lot of people forget about these kids.
That's our biggest challenge, getting the number of volunteers that we need to mentor the young people.
I'm a little brother. Coming from a rough neighborhood, and you come out and you see there's other opportunities out there for you.
We need some people to step up to the plate and be a good brother or a good sister. A lot of foster kids out there that need a little bit of help.
I'd say let's take a mulligan right here.
I plan on going into politics and law. First I want to go to law school and then eventually maybe run for public office one day.
Great tournament and we're very excited to be a part of it.
Let's go get them, boys.
Meet 12-year-old Tyler Prim. This may look like play, but it's also therapy inside one of the only sensory rooms of its kind in the area.
Having a sensory therapist or occupational therapist create a sensory profile and provide some activities and exercises that would be most beneficial for the child based on their need.
Tyler's family learned he was a child with autism at age 8. It was his behavior in social settings that raised a red flag for his mom.
We noticed, as well as his teachers, noticed that he was having a hard time interacting with the other kids.
But here, at the Autism Support and Resource Center in Burton, kids like Tyler and their families can get the help they need. About 1,000 people living with autism and their families in the county and surrounding areas get training and gather for monthly socials. Among other things, playing on the bolster swing, the ball pit, the trampoline, and the rock climbing wall. It's all fun, but it's also helping Tyler build on his developmental skills.
Based on recommendations from an occupational therapist, children are able to use this space to really provide some great therapeutic benefit to them.
According to the National Autism Association, Autism is now the fastest growing developmental disorder in the United States, affecting 1 in every 68 babies, and 1 in every 30 boys will be on the spectrum. Tyler's mom says the Resource Center is a place where she and her son are getting what they need. She gets support.
There's always someone around who has been through it, who can give you tips, to tell you things to try that might work for your child too.
And Tyler is getting a chance at a better quality of life.
He feels comfortable being social, and he knows that no one's gonna, if he jumps up and down, that's fine. Somebody else is jumping up and down too, or flapping their hands or whatever, and nobody cares about that. He can just be himself,